Hey everyone, my name is Monica, and today I'm going to break down Urdhva Dhanurasana, which is the wheel pose, which is one of the foundational backbending postures. So we're going to take some time first to set up the posture in order to have the right foundation to go into the full expression. So I want to look really closely at one concept when it comes to backbending, and that's evenly distributing the bend throughout the entire spine. So you want to imagine like each vertebrae in the spine is rotating through the backbend. So instead of just like bending into the lower back, which is what's common, you want to evenly distribute the bend across the entire spine. So we'll look closely at certain physical cues that you can establish in order to accomplish that. So we'll start lying on our back, and to set up, you'll bend the knees and plant the feet in front of the hips. You want the feet to be parallel to each other. So the feet aren't turned out, they're not turned in, maybe they can be a little turned in, but really they're parallel to each other, pointing straight. This is going to encourage an internal rotation through the thighs, and in turn that helps to create some space in the SI joint to start rotating through the lower back and through the pelvis. So we can get a lot more detailed in that aspect, but for now we'll just leave it there. You internally rotate through the thighs to create space in the SI joint, and that allows us to start rotating through the pelvis and then through the lower back. So the lower spine kind of grows out of the pelvis. And then with the upper body, you're going to reach the arms over your head, bend the elbows, and bring the palms onto the mat, flat on the mat. The fingers are pointing towards the shoulders. And now this part is important. You want to bring the elbows towards each other. So as the elbows start moving towards each other, you start going into an external rotation through the shoulders. So by bringing the arms over your head in a back bend, you want to externally rotate the shoulders. That's going to give you space in the upper back to find rotation through the upper spine. So we don't want to just rotate through the lower back, we want to rotate through the entire spine. If we're internally rotating the shoulders, then your shoulders crash into your ears, your shoulder blades kind of crash into the spine, and there's no space to bend into the upper back. So elbows in towards each other, and you want to maintain that throughout the entire back bend. That's going to be hard, especially if you have tight shoulders. So if you find a limitation, then you stop there with the elbows bent. And for the first part, we're just going to come to the top of the head. So gently press the palms and the feet into the mat, flip the head under, and come to the top of the mat. Head to the top of the mat. And then here we can do some more setting up to give us a successful back bend. Check in with the feet, make sure they're parallel to each other. Check in with the glutes, make sure your butt is relaxed. It's actually a little bit hard to relax it here because you're still not fully in the posture. So maybe just checking in. What are your glute muscles doing? Eventually they want to be completely relaxed in the full expression. And then the shoulders, we want to plug the shoulders into their sockets. So you kind of press into the hands, press into the tips of the fingers, and then push the elbows back, plug the shoulders into their sockets. This will allow you to have more access into the upper spine. So from there, you're going to press into the hands, straighten the arms, and start to straighten the legs, reaching the hips up towards the ceiling. So on that way up, pay close attention to the elbows. Don't let the elbows go out. Keep the elbows in and keep pressing down through the base of the pointer finger so you have an even amount of weight distributed across the wrist. Elbows in, base of the pointer finger down, straighten the arms, and come into the full expression. Now I'm going to take a couple breaths here because I'm a little bit out of breath. You can too. Okay, and once you're here, you feel the external rotation through the shoulders. The knees are moving in towards each other to find the internal rotation through the thighs and relax the glutes. So here it's possible to relax the glutes. So if you engage the butt muscles, then you're just going to add a compression into the SI joint, into the lower back. So try to relax the glutes and instead use the strength of your legs to lift the hips up. And then to deepen the back bend, you can straighten the legs and start to move the chest over the shoulders. So this expression that I'm in right now is super deep. So if you're here, that's okay. You could also deepen the back bend by walking the hands in, checking the alignment along the way, taking deep breaths wherever you are, relaxing the neck. Come down, slowly. And then to release the posture, you can bring the knees into the chest to kind of release the lower back and do an opposite action with the spine. Or you can come into a forward fold. I'm just going to come out of it and let you know that if you want to learn more about backbending and look at these details a little bit closer, you can join me for my backbending workshop. It's May 23rd, or you can just reach out with any questions you have. Thanks.